Hey plant gang, Miles here, Paradise and Pot, coming to you from Las Vegas, Nevada. If you're new here, welcome to my channel. I sure hope you decide to hang out and subscribe. If you're not new here, welcome back. I sure appreciate your viewership. And I'm gonna say I've got about 80% of viewers that aren't subscribing, so if you're here, take a moment, pause the video. I'll wait, it's okay. All right, now that you're subscribed, let's get on with the video. Today, I'm gonna go ahead and do a little bit of repot my Scindapsus pictus exotica, and the reason what kind of made this cross my mind today is that a good friend of mine had reached out to me and said that they had fungus growing in the soil of their plants and they didn't really like it. It looked kind of gross, and they wanted to know what they could do to get rid of it. And my first suggestion was, if the plant's been in that soil for a while, perhaps it's time to get rid of that soil and put fresh. We didn't get into the topic of what plant it was. He was just worried about getting rid of the mold. So hopefully that'll be what will do it for him. But while I was thinking about it, I was thinking, gee, I got some plants that are sure in some old dirt that could probably use a little refreshing themselves. So I thought I'd go ahead and make a little potting up video, repotting video. Sometimes we don't need to pot up. Sometimes we just need to repot and freshen up the soil. So I'm gonna go ahead and turn the camera around here and put the tripod so y'all can see what I'm doing here. We'll get potting this thing up. All right. I got the camera turned around here, so hopefully you can all see what I got going on. I've already gone ahead and mixed up some of my potting mix here. So I've got that off to the side. This is the plant we're gonna be doing today. It's exotica, like I said, the dirt's probably just kind of old. And look, it's not even potted how I would pot a plant today. So I'd let this guy dry out a little bit, kind of preparing for this. So let's go ahead and just see if we can. Tip him out of there. I don't really wanna, come on. I'm gonna get a lot of dirt on the leaves, but I guess I'm gonna have to be forced to. Oh, look at that. All right. I know she needed a drink. We were here to start off right with that. There's a lot of roots there. It's actually a little bit moist when I get into the root ball. You guys can see those roots are actually quite strong and healthy. What's that? Oh, that's where it was cut. That was a cutting leaf. How nice. All right. So there, that actually crumbled away quite easily. Look at that. So now you can see that I really have 3 very strong growing vines here. Oh, it looks like maybe 4. So let's go ahead and see if we can't separate them up a little bit. I'm going to still keep it all in the same pot, of course, because I am definitely in love with this plant. But if I have the pieces separated, it'll allow me to put it back together more nicely. All right, there we go, and there's that. All right, so that looks like the strongest root. All right, so there's the roots, there's the plant. Hope you all can see that. We're gonna go ahead and put it right back. Oh, I guess there's only 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, there it is. All right, so there's all 4. Gotta make sure we get everything in there. Pull off some of that wasted. Let's get rid of this. And we'll pull over. Oh, I need to mix it still. The new dirt. So I'm gonna go ahead and set that Scindapsus down for a moment while I get this stirred up a little bit. If you guys don't know what my dirt mix is, leave me a comment and I will direct you to that video. I've made quite a few on how I make this. I did make this particular mix a little more loamy, only because the Scindapsus doesn't like to dry out necessarily as much as the others. Alright, so like I said, we're just going to go ahead and put it right back in that pot, because there's nothing wrong with the plant. The plant is completely healthy. So we'll just go ahead and get it started. It's just, I didn't like the soil that was in there. And now I'm kind of feeling I might have to mix up some more. I didn't realize it was going to come apart that easily. So let's go ahead. That looks like a good place to start putting these guys back in. So let's go ahead. I always like to put the smallest ones towards the front, and this one kind of has the best roots. So we're going to drape that one in there like so. It's got a new leaf. All right, and then let's see. This one's kind of short. The roots aren't as developed. Clean up some of these sheaths. So let's put this one, and I do want this plant to all face one direction because it sits on a shelf, a bookshelf, and it doesn't get top-down lighting, which I know, shame on me, but not everybody gets the most pristine lighting. Not everybody needs the most pristine lighting. So I always make sure I accommodate everybody's needs. And as you can see, when I started with this plant, it was initially, oops, we gotta look at that. It was initially all facing one direction. So we're just gonna leave it facing one direction, and it's not the band I'm talking about. All right, and here's the longest vine, which is really super nice. So I'm gonna go ahead and put that one right here, snug up with everybody, roots right down in there, and then we're just gonna go ahead and fill that right up. Now hold this leaf up so it doesn't get buried. But yeah, I think we've got a plant. So I'll go ahead and scoop this all to one side so I can set that back down in there. We're gonna try not to make any more mess than I've already made. And I think when this thing falls out, it's gonna look gorgeous. So guys, let me ask you, do you have any plants in your collection out there that you think could probably use a soil refresher like this? I mean, I think I potted this up initially from when I bought it, and I want to say I paid probably $10 initially for this back in, and I'm going to say it's 2020, so we're going on 3 years of having this plant. Let me, here, let's get some of that soil so I can make sure and top this off just right. I think we have just the perfect amount, which makes me happy. I don't really like to store soil and have it handy because honestly, everybody gets a slightly different mix. Not everybody, but I mean, I pretty much give all my Hoyas the same mix. The only Hoya I didn't give that same mix to is my Hoya linearis, and that's because she is just a thirsty, thirsty girl. All right, there we go. And I think I'm just gonna go ahead and see if I can't top dress this. Dump all that in there. Sorry, gang, I'm gonna have to do that off camera because I want to hold that leaf up while I try to pour this in there. There we go. All right. Let me get it sorted in there, and I'll come back down and show you what we've got here. All right. Sorry about this. And we have a potted up Syndapsis. All right, you can see there from the top, I do have this is one of the propagation leaves that was originally propagated with. So it's a pretty old leaf, so even if it dies, I'm not too worried about it. But this is gonna go right back on the bookshelf, and I'll take a video of where it goes to when I'm done, as soon as I get up and water this. Right now, what I am gonna do though, is I'm gonna give this a nice watering, and I'm gonna give it a good soak probably for about 20 minutes or so, because that is fresh soil. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that. You guys know how to water a plant. I don't think I need to show you. Here, actually, just for fun, I will show you one of my most critical things here, and I guess we'll just put it here in case it drips. One of my most critical things for watering is I like to clean the leaves. So I use my little power spray, and I have the Chapman brand. I bought it off Amazon, and I have a joint account with my husband, or I put that up as an Amazon store thing, but he's got his own YouTube, and I don't know if he's gonna ever do anything of that nature. And I don't know if I'm going to really do much with Amazon anymore anyhow. They've really not been as reliable as they used to be. Alright, so see, that's just one of the great things about a pressure one. I don't know if you can see what I'm doing in there. I'm just trying to clean the dirt down off the pot. But I think now that that guy's in there, it's going to be one happy camper. Like I say, I'm going to go ahead and give this a soak. I'm not going to use all my distilled water on it. And what I'll do is, with that old potting mix, gang, is I'll go ahead and take that out and put that into the garden. So it kind of recycles with outdoor plants, because I figure everything outside has natural predators that'll take care of whatever pests might be in that mix. Alright, gang, that's going to wrap it up here today. Like I said, I'll put a little B-roll footage in here for you guys to see what it looks like on the shelf. Otherwise, I'm going to wish you a happy weekend. Alright, gang, take care. We'll see you soon. Bye! Alright, plant gang, I got that Syndapsis put back in the shelf where it sits. And as you can see, it sits there where it doesn't really get any light from above. I'm I'm about to move this Micans actually, now that I'm looking at it, because I'm going to put this into a brighter spot, and I think I'm going to put something else there. So anyhow, thanks for hanging out today and watching me repot my Syndapsis Pictus exotica. Everybody have a great day out there, and have a great weekend. We'll talk to you real soon. Bye!